What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and I am here with you. I just got done watching the season opener, Dallas Cowboys visiting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it was an overall really good game. Just real quick, though, before I actually get into that, because I am going to talk about it just briefly, I just want to, so you guys know, I did manage to find a way to get my NFL Game Pass subscription, so I managed to snag together the money for that, got that together, so that's good, because this season I've decided that I'm going to be watching a ton of football. So I'll explain that a little bit more, but the reasons for that are because I'm still trying to learn the game of football as much as I possibly can. I'm trying to learn more of the in and outs, trying to even learn more about things like formations and stuff like that, right? And but also I'm trying to learn these teams, right? The teams across the league, right? I want to have a more in-depth knowledge of the quality of teams, or quality of each of the other teams, right? Like I want to know how they're doing, especially if we play them. And so what I'm actually going to do is every week I am going to watch every game that is relevant to the Dolphins. So every single week, right? I intend to watch every single game that has a Dolphins opponent in it. Right? At least until they come off of our schedule. So, obviously New England and Buffalo, we play them twice, but Vegas, right? So for the first 3 weeks of the season, I'm going to go back and I'm actually, if I can't watch it live, it depends on when it lines up with the Dolphins game. If it's at the same time, I'm obviously going to be watching the Dolphins game and live streaming. But if it's not, then maybe I can watch it live. If I can't watch it live, then with Game Pass, I will go back and I will re-watch these games. And then after week 3, I don't need to watch Vegas games anymore because we will have already played them, right? So, and I'm going to do that in part so that way, I can continue to grow and evolve my football knowledge, but also that way I can keep up on the teams that we play so I can have good in-depth scouting reports. And that way I've watched every single game that they've played up until we play them, right? So I'll have I'll have as much data and information as I can. And also I will do like I'm doing right now and make a short video to kind of summarize the game just a little bit. So, real quick, I do want to pop over to, NFL.com. So as you see, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they did get a win, 31-29 over the Cowboys. The Cowboys did look really good. Dak Prescott looked good in his comeback. Ezekiel Elliott didn't really have a lot. He didn't even get very many touches. They pretty much just threw the ball the entire time because the Buccaneers secondary is a little bit thin. And it got even thinner because they did sustain some injuries during the game. And so they did throw the ball mostly, but they didn't really have to run the ball. Overall, it was a solid game. As you can see, 31-29. It was pretty close in the end. Just take a quick look at some of these stats. Dak Prescott, as you can see, was 42 of 58 for 403 yards, 3 touchdowns with 1 interception. Ezekiel Elliott did lead the way for them rushing, 11 for 33 and a 3 average. And then for receivers, Amari Cooper led the way with 13 out of 16 for 139, 2 touchdowns, and CeeDee Lamb was 7 of 15 for 104 and 1 touchdown. On the other side, though, for the Buccaneers, obviously, so Tom Brady was 32 of 50, 379, 4 touchdowns, did throw 2 interceptions. And the Cowboys ended up getting 4 turnovers in total and certainly held the ball, possessed the ball a lot longer than the Patriots. Than I'm just used to Brady being with the Patriots. Than the Bucs did. But the Bucs won, man, at the end of the day. Although I will say they should not have won because there was a offensive pass interference towards the end of the game in the last seconds of the game that got the Patriots down into field goal range that did not get called by the refs. And they pretty much gave the Buccaneers the game when that happened. That's not to say that, Tom Brady couldn't get them into field goal range on his own. He probably could have, but it was just easy for him at that point, and there was 100% an offensive pass interference on the play. So, it is what it is, but, whatever. So Leonard Fournette was 9 rushes, 32 yards, a 3.6. Ronald Jones, 4-14, 3.5. Antonio Brown led the way for them receiving, 5 of 7 for 121 and a touchdown. Chris Godwin, 9 of 14, 105 for a touchdown. And Rob Gronkowski, 8 of 8 for 90 and 2 scores. And it was on Chris Godwin who the offensive pass interference should have been. But yeah, anyway, it was a really good game overall. Obviously, we don't care about the Cowboys so much because we don't play them. But as far as the Bucs go, man, I definitely think they should not have won this game. I think that, I think they should have gotten that pass interference call, the offensive pass interference. It should have backed them up, 10, 15 yards. And then, I think the Dallas defense would have stood a good chance with 30 seconds left on the clock to get a couple stops and keep them out of field goal range. So, I definitely think that it certainly could have gone to the Cowboys, but this, in regard to the Bucs, I mean, look, it's going to be a tough game, man, and I mean, that defense is nasty. Honestly, right now, as it stands, the secondary is probably the weakness on that defense. Their front seven is absolutely nasty, and Vita Vea, for example, just had some plays in tonight's game where he was just mauling people. So, yeah, man, it's going to be a super tough team. And then obviously that offense, it's got, Tom Brady leading the way with, some solid running backs, good weapons on the outside, and a good offensive line. So, Gronk's there, Godwin's there, right? These guys are good, man. Antonio Brown, obviously, Leonard Fournette, Mike Evans. By the way, Mike Evans had 2 passes that he dropped that, I mean, they were drops for sure, but to me, it looked like he almost had a little bit of a deer in the headlights kind of thing. Like on the first one, the first drop, he did drop it and it did make it to him, but it looked to me like Mike Evans thought that the defender that jumped the route and got his hands on the ball a little bit, it looked like Mike Evans actually thought the dude was going to pick it off and was more getting ready to become a defender and try and chase after this dude or tag him down or whatever than he was concerned with just catching the ball, because he didn't think it looked to me like he didn't think it was going to make it to him. I mean, he should be better than that, of course, and he should make that reception. Same thing with the second one that I think was just a deflected pass. Also a deflected pass, but the same thing. It looked like he just didn't think it was going to get to him, and it didn't look like he put as much effort into trying to make the catch as he should have, and I think it was for that reason. But anyway, man, I mean, the Bucs are going to be a nasty team. I mean, obviously, they're expected to... they're favorites to make it back to the Super Bowl this year, and barring severe injuries, they certainly can. So obviously for us, that's a Week 5 matchup. We are going to have to go to Tampa Bay. I mean, it's still Florida, but it's going to be their house. So I have that as a loss, and I'm still going to have that as a loss until we can go in there and beat them. So, because that's a super tough team, obviously just coming off the Super Bowl. Brady's there, etc., etc. So that is my, in a nutshell, recap of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Dallas Cowboys in the season opener. Obviously, we just got a couple more days until the Dolphins play against the New England Patriots in Gillette Stadium. I'm going to try and push to have my video tomorrow, and I probably will make my, preview video if I can make sure that I have a good accurate depth chart, and if they've given out the final injury report of the week, which I think they will. I think the Friday injury report is the final injury report, so I should have that tomorrow. So I'm going to try and have that. But if for some reason I don't do my preview video tomorrow, then at the latest it will be Saturday. Obviously, then we have the game for Sunday, for which I will be doing a live stream reaction. If for no other reason than just to have my live reaction to it, even if I don't have anybody to chat to and I just talk to myself as usual, which is fine. I think I do a pretty good play-by-play too. So But anyway, you know, if you do want to join me for that, that would be awesome. I will probably also, though, have a tab on, you know, my browser for Reason's live show. And I'll probably, you know, be tabbing into that and stuff to check on what's going on with them in the community. So anyway, with that, guys, I am going to get out of here. Hope you guys appreciate my perspective. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section. Of course, as always, follow me on Twitter at Dillon Tartaro. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Phins up.